Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Window Shopping. I'm your host, Stephen Meade, managing broker here at Domicile Real Estate for people who love houses in Southern California. If that is you, and hopefully it is, we kind of have something special for you this week. Also, just a little bit of a commercial before we start. We are doing a webinar in about 2 weeks here. And it is for first-time investors, people who are looking to become real estate investors. It's a short webinar. It's free. It doesn't cost anything, and you do not have to show up on camera. You can just sit back, watch, and if you'd like, ask some questions at the end. There is a sign-up down below in the description for that, so you can check that out. Let's go ahead and get started. I think, when we pick these homes to feature every week, I look for something that really kind of sweeps me off my feet. Something that is either an unexpected value, an unexpected opportunity, or frankly, just a really cool design. And the house this week falls into that latter category. It is just plain a cool design. It was built in 1961. We don't know the architect, but there's a couple things about it that make it very unique. It's located in a hilly part of Los Angeles, just south of Griffith Park. Kind of a cool area because you feel like you are away from everything, but you are still close to everything. So kind of a very unique quality in Los Angeles. But let's go ahead and get started. So this is 3642 Holboro Drive in Los Angeles. Like I said, this is located just south of Griffith Park. It's kind of up in the hills. It has its own kind of treehouse feel to it, which I think is super cool. This one is not our listing. It is listed by Dan Mancinelli of Berkshire Hathaway Homeservices. It is 1,900 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and it is a split level design. And a lot of times split level homes don't work, but in this case, it really does work. And the reason that it works is this home is located on a biplanar hill, meaning it actually has slopes in two directions. The street slopes up and then the hillside slopes away from the house. And I think this was a really smart move by the designer of this house to sort of take advantage and emphasize the lot, which is exactly what I think they've done here. We've got an interesting facade. It is pretty close to the street, but you do have room to park there. I'm going to kind of go through some of these. This is, I actually think, one of the coolest views of this house. And this is actually an overhead view looking back at it. And, one of the things that we don't really talk about on houses like this that I think is super important and is really cool is in the view looking back at the house from the backyard. And I bet from this seating area down here, looking back and seeing this cool house almost towering over you, that has to be such a cool view in and of itself. It's something I'd really sort of like to experience, actually. Really a cool design. You've also got this cool little deck. We'll talk about that in a little bit. This is the main living room of this house. And, this is a giant space. I don't think people realize what a big space this is. You've got open beam tongue and groove ceilings that have been left kind of this natural color, kind of this sort of, it's kind of an opaque stain. Really like this look. It sort of balances out the flooring. You've got 2 seating areas here. This is kind of a view of sort of the back seating area. I think you could do a lot of creative things with this space. You could have one area set up as movies and others more conversation. I also love another little detail that you can see here, and that is this open tread exposed staircase coming down from that entry front door level. Super, super cool. And you can kind of see these sort of panoramic views, but this isn't just a big view looking out. This is a very layered view. You'll notice you've got trees out in the front and then things extending your line of sight. These views are the most interesting. There's some other cool design elements in this house. You've got a cantilevered hearth here, so you'll see it does not come down to the floor. It's actually overhanging out and elevated off the floor. Very cool. Lots of light in this property, as you might expect. You've got a dining area in here. The kitchen and the dining area are not huge in this house. And I know some people are going to knock that, but there's a lot of storage space in this kitchen. So, it also has, because of this cutout, a pretty good connection to the rest of the space. So, I think we're all really into these super open kitchens, but the reality is if you've got a party and you're doing something, you might not want the kitchen quite as open as some of the designs would tell you. And again, this is that look, that view, right? You've got this layered view with things in the foreground and things extending off at different depths. This is the primary bedroom. There is a beautiful balcony off here. Again, open beam, tongue and groove ceilings, huge structural beam, ridge beam located here. Really just kind of a cool space, walls of glass, but because of the way the trees have grown in, you actually have a good amount of privacy. And this isn't a huge balcony, but it's under an overhang. So this is really just kind of a place to maybe collect your thoughts in the morning, enjoy a private sunset. I like these spaces that aren't just space for the sake of having space. They're actually designed with a purpose in mind. This is the primary bathroom. We've got, again, a vaulted ceiling. This looks like a painted older vanity. I'm not going to completely knock them for that in the renovation. Separate tubs, separate shower. Really, this is a good sized bathroom for 1961. We've got a family room area that also has this kind of a secondary fireplace located here. Again, another cool kind of casual space. Some really cool built-ins down here. I like these a lot. This could be really kind of a cool home office, maybe a work from home space for somebody that works out of their house, maybe even having an employee or two there. And then this is kind of that feeling that you get from this kind of entertaining area down here, looking back up at the house. And really, there's only a partial view in this shot, but I bet this is a really cool feeling being here for this house. You've got a covered patio underneath. Again, lots of greenery. I think in a lot of these homes, it's just a flat space with kind of a concrete jungle. And I love this layering. So a little bit of grass here. I also think there's some storage underneath here that's accessible underneath the house. Here it is at night. Really a cool space. This may not be the biggest yard in the world, but it's a very usable yard. You've got a retaining wall, a second little level down here. We've got another secondary bedroom here, kind of a cool space, another bathroom, yet another secondary bedroom. This is, of course, kind of right off up from that main entry level. And again, you get this part of Los Angeles has these homes just kind of nestled in the hillside like this. The trees and things have grown in. And, I'm a big fan of homes that feel like this because a home like this with a view is such a great balance between privacy as well as having views and outward visibility. And I think finding that careful balance is tough to do. Again, we're going to contextualize this a little bit more here. And then this is the layout space that you can see here. I do think that this secondary living room area may have been an addition at some point in time, but if it was pretty early on in the home's existence. And then we've got kind of an upstairs area where the 3 bedrooms lie. And then I think this is that downstairs extended family room space. You can have a pool table down here. This can be less formal space. That's where you saw those built-ins. Anyhow, that's really all I have for you this time. If you like this kind of a house, it's listed at $2 million. I know that that's not really affordable and it's barely attainable for a lot of people. So this clearly isn't a house for everybody. We do have some other homes. I'm going to pitch something else. We do a weekly architectural email, and so there's a sign up for that down below as well in the description. And this is kind of our 12 favorite homes that have come up in the last week. And we try to balance that across the price ranges. So if you're looking at this and you say, this is awesome, but it's $2 million and I don't have $2 million. For example, this week, we actually have a home on there that is under $800,000. That's pretty cool in Orange County. So, this isn't all just expensive options. So definitely take a look at that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And again, just as a reminder, we have a cool webinar coming up on March 28th. You can find out information down below in the description and see if that's something you are interested in. It's free. You do not have to appear on camera. I promise. It will just be me. And of course, if you'd like to take a look at this home, or if you are interested in architectural homes, either buying one or selling one in Southern California, we would absolutely love to help you out with that and start a conversation. Trying to think if there's anything else. It's Friday. Have a great weekend. I think it's supposed to be really nice tomorrow here in the Southland. So we got that going for us, and we'll see you again real soon.